Have you ever underestimated something that had humble beginnings but actually turned out to be really important? We're going to tell you why God chooses the seemingly insignificant things for very important purposes in today's online campus.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Online Campus. My name is Jesse, I'm the Online Campus Pastor. I'm here with Rick Carrol, our Senior Pastor, and we want to welcome you to a campus that streams anytime, anywhere.
PORTICO, we're one church, one message, many expressions, means every place that you come to, it's a campus, online or in person. We're going to be talking about the same stuff, expressed very differently here in our online campus. We have a little fun, we get right to the point and give you some practical applications of what the whole church is studying. And we are in Freelton today.
We're in Freelton.
And where the heck is Freelton?
Freelton is technically Hamilton.
Okay.
But it's off of Highway 6, in between Waterdown and Guelph. And so that is, for those who are watching that are outside of Ontario, or outside of Canada, that's in Ontario.
Now, you live in Freelton.
I live in Freelton.
How long have you lived in Freelton?
We've lived in Freelton for maybe the last 4 months or so, and we love every bit of it. It's quiet, it can get noisy, but it's mostly quiet.
So we're going to be studying a passage today where we find out where Jesus lived, and he actually grew up in a little town of a couple hundred people, far away from the big city. And there's lots of great reasons why people may want to live in a place like this. So here we are at the store in Freelton.
This is the store. This is
what goes on here.
Baker's Corner.
Okay.
You can get baked goods. You can get pastries. You can get pizza. I know my wife and I, we come here sometimes for just to grab a bite to eat and stuff. And fantastic people, fantastic store.
So anything you want to get, this is the only place to come.
This is the only place to come.
That's
yeah, you
amazing.
come here if you want a coffee, if you want to grab a drink. This is where you come. So Groceries, I don't know about that, but clothing, we might be pushing it. But.
Okay, but so this is the only place to shop in town.
Yeah.
And it's directly across, if you wanted to know where it is, it's directly across from the stoplight.
Yeah.
There's one flashing red stoplight. There's no green, so nobody can go.
No.
We can only stop.
Yeah.
So life is a little bit different in small town versus big city. But the people that are here love small town, right?
Oh, they love it. They love just, everybody knows everyone, right? And so there's this level of respect and honor for each other. So even as you're going through and you come across that stop sign, you'll see people waving and everything. And so it's fantastic in that sense.
So we got to find out for some people, like, what do they love about Freelton? Let's go ask some people. So we met this guy on the street. No, you're not living in Freelton, but you've got business in Freelton.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what do you like about this town or small town in general compared to
The people are nice. Everybody has time to say hello and friendly, and the freedom in small towns.
Hi there, how are you? Good, fine, thank you.
Would you share what you like or don't like about Freelton?
Like if I was to say something, I would just say the nature here.
So let me tell you what the Bible has to say about life in small towns. When Jesus would eventually be arrested and killed, there was a nameplate that was put over his head where he was crucified. And here's what it read. It said, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." But if you know the Christmas story, you know that Jesus wasn't born in Nazareth, he was born in Bethlehem. And when people came looking for him, they went to Jerusalem. So what is Nazareth and why was Jesus identified from it? Well, Nazareth is this tiny little town. It's about 150 kilometers north of the capital city and region of Jerusalem. And Nazareth is this uneducated, insignificant town in a region of northern Israel that really wasn't inhabited by a lot of people. In fact, it was separated by this place called Samaria where nobody wanted to go through. There really was not a lot of reason to live there, other than God wanted to teach us that he often has great purpose for things that our world would overlook as significant. The kingdom of God and all the teaching is all about how the last are the first. And if you want to be the greatest, then you have to serve all. And all of the kings and revolutions that rise up in the world of the scriptures actually rise out of places where the limelight isn't shining on. If we were to choose where a significant movement or something of impact would come from in our world today, we would probably say it's going to happen out of LA, it's going to happen out of New York. And in those days, they would have said anything significant would happen out of Jerusalem, but not so for God. Having Jesus tie his lineage back to this tiny little remote town reminds us that God never overlooks anything in any of us, no matter how small or insignificant we may feel. There is great importance in things that have humble beginnings.
So today, maybe you are hearing all this and you're saying, how does this translate to my life? Honestly, we would like to have all of the answers to life's biggest questions, but so often we are confronted with obscurity. Whether it be obscurity centered on relationships or careers or living arrangements, financial, mental, or emotional well-being, all of these play a significant role in how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. In fact, I recall that a lot of the times my deepest fears often derive not from what I knew, but from what I struggled to know, or what I didn't know at all. Many of us feel that if we can just make it big, live extravagant, lean towards where there is more hype, that we are living with purpose. But in the eyes of God, the opposite is true. God says familiarize yourself with what is small, with what is rejected or what is insignificant, and then you'll experience purpose that is grand. God says it's in the gray and cloudy areas that I meet you, and then you obtain strength. You see, it's important to remember that often God withholds information for us, not from us. He withholds it for us, not from us. He holds our future in his hands. He knows that He knows what we need in every given season, and therefore trusting God in the midst of obscurity is not a sign of rejection for today, but a sign of blessing for tomorrow. Most times it's in our knowing that we can approach life through the lens of arrogance, conceit, and entitlement. However, it's in our lack of insight that we are invited to trust God and approach life through the lens of humility, obedience, and thanksgiving. You see, God knows these things, and so when times of obscurity come, and we know that they will, don't despise those moments, but rather look at those moments as opportunities for God's clarity, wisdom, and strength to be experienced.
So listen, if you feel like maybe God's overlooked part of your life and you're like, hey, I don't have the most important beginnings, but I think God has something important for me, we would love to pray about that with you. And there's a way that we do that as an online church.
You can go to portico.cc/prayer and you can send your prayer requests, and one of us will be able to reach out to you and pray with you on how to process this season that you are going through. Finally, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel, share it with a friend. Next week, we will continue with our Points of Interest series. So until then, we look forward to seeing you.